Hello, in this video I want to focus on tap dance behaviors in ZMK. We'll go over what tap dance is and how it works, the configuration for setting it up, and I'll give you some real examples where you could use it. Links to the documentation and example code can be found in the description below. I'll be building further on the ZMK config from the Start Making Custom Keyboards with ZMK video. In the Git repository, you'll want to check out the tap dance branch. Tap dance allows you to assign multiple behaviors to a single key, based on the number of times you press the key. This means you can turn one physical key into an entire keyboard. A single tap on the key could produce A, but tapping it twice could produce B, and so on. You could put any ZMK behavior into a tap dance. Most often you will use key presses, but any behavior is possible, like Bluetooth behaviors, macros, modifiers, mod taps, and so on. This is all fun, but how would you use it in your daily driver? I use it in my keyboard to activate caps lock. When you press the shift key once, it acts as a shift key, but if you tap it twice, it acts as a caps lock. Comes in handy. I also know a writer who uses tap dance in an even more advanced way. Their spacebar acts as a space when pressed, acts as a shift when held, and when tapped twice, produces a macro. The macro makes a dot, a space, and then capitalizes the next letter. So that's very clever. Tap dance can be really powerful because it lets you maximize the use of each key, instead of needing a separate key for every function. This is especially helpful in small form factor boards. Let's now look how tap dance is defined in your ZMK config. Tap dance behaviors live in the device tree, inside the behaviors node. I like to define mine in the keymap file. Each tap dance behavior has a few key components. The first component is compatible and has to be set to behavior tap dance. The second component is the tapping term milliseconds. This one is important because it defines the maximum time between taps for them to be considered part of the same tap dance. For example, if tapping term milliseconds is set to 300, you would need to tap the key within 300 milliseconds to register as a double tap. All taps share the same tapping term. The third component is bindings. Bindings is a list of behaviors in order of how many taps it takes to trigger them. You can define different types of behaviors for each number of taps. The behavior triggers when the tapping term expires or when another key interrupts the tap dance. You can create multiple tap dance sequences. This sequence is not linked to a physical key, but you can set it to whichever key you want in your keymap. So it's not specific to a physical key pressed, like it is the case with combos. One limitation to keep in mind is that tap dance cannot be used in combo keys. The timing logic in tap dance requires a specific window of time between taps, and combos trigger instantly, so these two don't work together. Another thing to note for your config is that each tap dance should have a unique identifier to avoid conflicts when compiling. I know this was a lot to take in, but I hope this deep dive into tap dance behaviors clears things up. Tap dance is a great way to reduce the number of physical keys you need while adding flexibility to your keymap. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Give a like if this helped you out and subscribe for more ZMK deep dives.